à parler dans la langue de votre choix. Nous aurons également une période pour répondre à vos questions à la fin de la démonstration. Alors maintenant, on peut commencer l'enregistrement. It looks like you already have, which is good. All right. Bienvenue à la séance d'information sur l'exercice planification intégrée des activités et des effectifs. Aujourd'hui est notre lancement progressif de notre processus et de nos outils. Nous avons hâte à vous parler ce matin pour vous fournir un aperçu de notre exercice incluant quoi de neuf, les échéances, une orientation des actions à faire à vos plans d'activité, un aperçu des besoins d'analyse des besoins d'apprentissage. Nous discuterons également le soutien disponible et les prochaines étapes. Et finalement, nous aurions une période de questions à la fin. So where are we at for workforce planning at SSC? Last year was your baseline year in which you completed a full workforce analysis, including the gap analysis tool to determine your branch's workforce gaps, including those competency gaps, and also the ADM-approved LNA and ADM-approved branch business plan. This year is our second year of the cycle, which takes a much lighter approach. So there is no requirement to complete that gap analysis tool, and it really includes a validation of your workforce information, which can be as simple as a status on your workforce strategies and/or refreshing them as needed. We also have included an option to determine performance measurement of your workforce strategy, although not mandatory this year, and obviously the yearly requirement to complete the ADM-approved LNA. What I'd like to highlight here is that as we move to a more mature state for workforce planning, this exercise really becomes about a strategic refresh, which is really kind of a validation and update of your workforce analysis gaps and strategies as needed, including providing an update on their progress to ensure alignment with your business needs, which can contribute to that AIM-approved branch business plan HR section. So the key message here is I have good news. You have already done your homework and you're not starting from scratch. And we're here to support you through this process. There will always be that ADM-approved branch business plan that's required, but really it's the level of effort between the 2 years that changes, this year being that light year. And as I mentioned at the BBP Network meeting, we do recognize that given our current fiscal constraints, that may have impact on the progress towards your plans, especially when it comes to hiring. So we really encourage you to reflect on your workforce strategies to kind of target those retention and building from within as key parts of your strategy moving forward. We also know that many of you are going through reorgs, which take priority, which will impact your planning efforts and workforce needs. And really the tools that we have developed today are here to support you through this process so that you can really be proactive and successful. We also want to recognize that we know that you may be at different levels of maturity when it comes to your planning efforts. For example, completing the exercise secretarially versus having full workforce planning discussions and/or even getting to developing KPIs, which is fine. The goal for us is really to get everyone to that same level of maturity through the tools and support that we're offering to you guys. So therefore, this year we've already been working with your HRBP for those of you that opted for the enhanced service, which includes a workforce analysis of your gaps and strategies to provide an assessment on potential items to flag for revision. Voici nos échéances clés. Aujourd'hui, nous avons notre lancement progressif dans lequel vous aurez désormais accès à nos outils et modèles pour vous aider à démarrer et à être proactif dans vos efforts de planification. Pour ceux d'entre vous qui souhaitent une présentation détaillée de nos outils et ou qui ont des questions complémentaires, nous avons également une séance d'information en profondeur le 14 novembre. De plus, pour réduire la charge de travail liée au report, nous avons au minimum pré-populé un document de travail qui reflète le modèle des plans d'activité de la direction générale avec les informations des années précédentes de votre direction générale pour vous aider à démarrer à l'avance. Ceux qui sont désormais disponibles dans notre centre de ressources uniques. N'oubliez pas, une bonne planification nécessite une conversation contenue, en particulier lorsque l'environnement change et que votre organisation évolue. Ainsi, même si la direction générale de la stratégie et de la mobilisation ne sera pas lancée le processus avant janvier, commencez vos conversations dès maintenant, vous préparez au succès. Nous travaillons également avec plusieurs d'entre vous pour offrir des services supplémentaires, notamment en travaillant avec votre partenaire d'affaires en RH pour vous aider à analyser vos besoins en effectifs afin de valider vos plans. Alors, je vais maintenant passer la parole à Fouad, Monique et Jocelyn qui passeront en revue les principales actions requises pour l'exercice cette année.
Thank you, Allison. So as Allison said, as part of helping you this year to equip you for this year approach, what we've done is we've developed a checklist. And so you'll notice in the next few slides, we'll go through checklists that are divided as part of actions to help you be able to go through this year and complete it properly to end up with your updated branch business plan. So as you see on the screen here, this is action A. So action A, you're going to be determining your business goals. So as a checklist for this one, some of the things you're going to do is working with your HRBP. You're going to consider your branch business priorities, the context, and the risks. You're also going to be reviewing your branch business plan and other strategic documents. And some of the things you'll notice we have as don't forget. So these are resources you want to keep in mind. Although it's a light year, they can still help you, such as your SSC and branch business priorities. You have change transformation initiatives, organizational risk mitigation, and mitigations and audits, environmental factors, changes, key investments. And we also have the one-stop shop. So that's something we're going to keep referring to. So we invite you for this one to look at the step one reflection questions and on the one-stop shop. And as you do that, something to keep in mind as a final output for this action would be that your branch business priorities and risks have been considered. So that's action A. If we move on to the next one, thank you. Donc, la deuxième action, c'est action B. Et dans cette section, vous allez mettre à jour vos considérations en matière d'effectifs. Alors, une fois, on a développé une liste de contrôle. Donc, vous allez travailler encore avec votre partenaire d'affaires des ressources humaines. Et pour cette action ici, vous allez examiner les résultats de votre précédent plan d'activité de votre DG. Puis, vous allez aussi revoir et mettre à jour les considérations relatives aux effectifs de votre DG, si nécessaire pour chacun de ces items ici. Encore une fois, vous voulez garder en tête et pas oublier l'analyse environnementale de la planification des effectifs. On a aussi une aide-mémoire sur les stratégies SMART en matière d'effectifs et les mesures de la performance. Donc, ça, c'est un nouveau outil qu'on a développé. On a aussi le dashboard OneHR, donc un HR dashboard. Et finalement, il y a encore des questions de réflexion dans l'étape 2, dans le centre de ressources uniques. Donc, ça, c'est des items que vous voulez considération et de ressources à consulter qui font part de cette action B. Puis encore une fois, comme résultat final, les considérations en matière d'effectifs sont révisées et actualisées pour cette section ici. So once you've completed this one, you can move on to action C and D. And this is where you're going to be updating and measuring your workforce gaps, risks, and strategies. So again, as some of the checklist items that we've included, you once again will be working with your HRBP. You're going to be reviewing, updating your branch workforce gaps, risks, and strategies as needed. You will be providing an update on the progress of your branch workforce strategies, so the ones that have been identified. You're also going to include performance management indicators, if applicable, and this is not mandatory. So this is, again, something that's available to you. It is not mandatory, but if you wish to do so, you can. And you can do that while working with your HRBP. They can support you. And one last thing is to validate that your branch workforce strategies are meeting your business goal needs. And again, what some of the resources to keep in mind, not to forget, they repeat again some of them. We have the Smart Workforce Strategies, Performance Measurement Job Aid. We have the Key Performance Indicator Inventory, which is new. We have the OneHR dashboard, and then you also have the reflection questions that are identified in steps 3 and 4 on the one-stop shop. And as a final output for this section here, You want to make sure that your top 3 to 5 gaps and associated risks have been discussed, determined, and updated. And this is also reflective in your branch business plan. You want to have make sure that an update is provided on your workforce strategies. And although not mandatory, if you choose to do so, that performance measurements are determined. So the next part will be the LNA, and for that, I will pass it on to Monique.
Parfait. Merci, Fouad. Can everybody hear me? Get a thumbs up. All good? Good. Thanks, Alison. Donc, bonjour tout le monde. Mon nom est Monique Boucher-Labbé et je suis gestionnaire de l'équipe d'apprentissage ministériel ici à Service Partagé. Et puis, je suis à Moncton, au Nouveau-Brunswick. Aujourd'hui, je vais vous parler de l'analyse des besoins en apprentissage pour la prochaine année fiscale. La plupart d'entre vous sont déjà familiers. Vous êtes familiers avec l'exercice. N'hésitez pas de poser vos questions ou donner des commentaires dans la langue de votre choix. Donc, c'est quoi l'analyse des besoins? C'est un exercice de planification stratégique et un outil de prévision budgétaire. L'exercice aligne les activités d'apprentissage du ministère avec les priorités de services partagés et des directions générales, fournissant des indications sur les formations à offrir, les formations à planifier, à qui, quand et à quel coût. Donc, on fait l'exercice annuellement dans le cadre de la planification intégrée. Typiquement, l'exercice est lancé officiellement au mois de janvier. Par contre, on est prêt, les outils sont prêts maintenant. On vous encourage de commencer immédiatement à travailler sur votre analyse des besoins. C'est dirigé par mon équipe, l'équipe d'apprentissage ministériel, et c'est fait pour tous les employés de services partagés. Toutes les directions générales doivent compléter l'analyse des besoins. Et puis, généralement, c'est dirigé par les BBP dans les directions ou les partenaires en apprentissage. Donc, comment vous devez faire? Chaque direction doit réviser les documents qui sont prêts. Vous voyez à la droite, là, sur la diapo, les documents qui sont disponibles. Recueillir les informations de votre direction générale d'un peu partout. Compléter le document Excel. Obtenir l'approbation de votre sous-ministre adjoint et de soumettre l'analyse au plus tard le 11 avril 2025. Par contre, on va demander un brouillon par la fin février. De cette façon, vous aurez le temps de recevoir de la rétroaction de vos conseils en apprentissage, de réviser ce qui a été soumis, voir s'il y a des choses qui n'ont pas été oubliées ou des choses qui devraient être modifiées avant l'approbation du sous-ministre. Donc, les données, comme j'ai mentionné, devraient provenir d'un peu partout dans votre direction générale de diverses sources, y compris les écarts de compétences, des documents corporatifs, des discussions avec la haute gestion, les dirigeants, consultations avec des parties prenantes et les plans d'apprentissage de vos employés. Donc, en résumé, l'analyse est un exercice vraiment crucial qui nous permet de maximiser le retour sur l'investissement en matière d'apprentissage et aide à planifier, prévoir le budget centralisé. Ça aide à définir les priorités du ministère et aide à établir des contrats afin de réduire les coûts. Pour ceux d'entre vous qui seront impliqués dans l'exercice, je vous encourage fortement de participer à la présentation que mon équipe va faire le 26 novembre. La plupart devraient déjà avoir reçu l'invitation, sinon faites-nous signe. Afin d'approfondir le sujet là, et de voir, on va passer au travers les détails de l'exercice et faire une démo des outils. Je vous encourage aussi de contacter votre conseiller ou conseillère en apprentissage dès maintenant pour commencer à discuter du processus et afin d'obtenir du support tout au long de l'exercice. Donc, comme j'ai mentionné, le lancement sera fait officiellement au mois de janvier. Par contre, tout est prêt. On fait, comme on dit, un deep dive le 26 novembre. Tout est prêt. Les outils sont prêts. Donc, vous êtes prêts à commencer l'exercice. Donc, c'est tout pour moi. Je vais passer la parole à Fouad qui va continuer en vous parlant des ressources disponibles. Merci.
Merci, Monique. So, what are some of the support and tools that are available to you for this year? So, for support, we have guidance and direction. You will also have the support from your HRBP, so your branch business partner. You will have the workforce planning advisor here to support you, and you also have your learning advisor to support you. We also have an enhanced performance measurement, which is not mandatory, but is also new for this year. In terms of tools, so we have updated our one-stop shop and branch business plan guidance and template. We have also pre-populated branch working documents. So these are done at a minimum. They're done for all branches. We know that there was a message that was sent out earlier for those who wanted enhanced service. Some of you opted into this enhanced service, but regardless of whether or not you have opted into it, these pre-populated branch working documents are available at the moment. They're available to all of you for your specific branch. So you can begin looking at them and working from them as of now. They are available for everyone. We also have an updated workforce planning eScan. We have the One HR dashboard. We have smart workforce strategies and performance measurement job aid, which are new for this year, and also new is the key performance indicator inventory. So these are new pieces for this year. They are not mandatory, as we said, the performance measurement, but they are available to you. The job aid is available to you if you wish to implement them. For those who have opted into the enhanced service, as part of the support that we are offering, we're pre-populating an MS Word document. We're providing a branch assessment based on your GAT results, your identified strategies, your data. We're flagging items as we feel require attention. And we are doing that while working with your HRBP. So this is something we've started working on with your HRBP. So that's as part of the enhanced services for those who have chosen to take up this offer. Later, Jocelyn will be demonstrating a pilot that she's going to go over in terms of guidance templated, pre-populated documents that you're going to working documents, which you will be seeing. But we also wanted to take this opportunity to remind you again of a couple of key dates. So for next week, we have our deep dive for workforce planning on November 14th. So this is more at a working level. So that's where we're going to be showcasing some of the tools, answering some of the questions that you have. So we highly encourage all those who at the working level to make sure that you attend this deep dive session. And we also have the deep dive session, which Monique highlighted earlier on November 26th for the learning needs analysis piece. So once again, you are encouraged to attend that one as well. So if you don't have these dates in your calendars, feel free to reach out to us. We will make sure that you have them. I think I see a hand up.
Hi, yeah, I just wanted to confirm, will those sessions be recorded? We have a branch all staff that conflicts with one of those.
I believe so. I'll let Alison confirm.
Yeah. So today's recorded, and I know our session will be recorded. Monique, maybe you could speak to the LNA one.
Yeah, absolutely. We have no problem recording and sharing the presentation.
Perfect, thank you.
No worries. Great
Thank
question.
So that's for the support available. We'll get into some of the demonstrations right now. For that, I will pass it on to Jocelyn.
Hello, everyone, and thank you, Fouad. So I'm here to briefly explain our section of the upcoming 25-26 branch business plan guidance and template documents. And namely, our section is the integrated business and workforce plan section. Let me begin by just explaining that our section includes actions, a checklist, as Fouad mentioned, that are required for steps A to D, and E for the learning needs analysis. A quick recap from what Fouad has mentioned to you just now, that you will have access to more information on workforce planning on our one-stop shop resource center, and that will be demonstrated in the upcoming meeting November 14. That our section of the 25-26 BPP template is ready for each branch. What does that mean exactly for our section of this upcoming BBP? We have pre-populated in advance for you your workforce planning information that you provided last year, fiscal year 24-25. And Fouad will later demonstrate what this exactly looks like by using the DSB as an example of our minimum service that has been offered to all branches. by our team. And finally, last quick recap for those branches who have opted for your enhanced service of the your pre-populated workforce information. We are already working with your HR business partner to support you in these workforce updates. And if you have not been contacted by your HR business partner yet, you soon will be, and the process will soon begin for you as well. So if we're all ready, we'll just look at our section of the 25-24 BBP guidance document. The breakdown starts with the baseline year from last year, year one of the 24-25 cycle. Oh, pardon me, I forgot to mention the most important part is integrated business and workforce planning is now a 2-year cycle. So last year we had completed the baseline year, and this year currently is our second year of this 2-year cycle, which is the 25-26 upcoming BBP with our strategic refresh and validation exercise. The goal for the strategic refresh and validation year is to update and measure the success of your workforce strategies that you mentioned last year in order to reflect your current workforce needs for this upcoming year. The key actions associated with that are outlined from action A to E, which I will explain. Thank you, Allison. So action A is to determine your business goal. I'd like to just point out that A is a very important step. It starts you off for the remaining actions. It's important to determine or update before proceeding with the next actions. And the suggestion is to have a discussion to determine if your business goals are still current or need to be updated. Action B is an update review process for this year. So it's an update and review of your top 3 to 5 workforce considerations from last year. It's an analysis that you did last year, the baseline year, that needs to be updated and refreshed this year. So an example that we used last year that we're bringing back this year is, for example, if last year your workforce consideration was automation, digitization, and advancements in artificial intelligence, your considerations could be related to competency gaps, robotics and AI. You may identify a need to upskill, reskill your employees and support their career development. You may identify a need to recruit IT skills for the future, perhaps a need to align to the digital government. Just a simple example to guide you as to what we're hoping to see. And finally, action C and D are both found in Table 2. This is an example of what pre-populated information could look like. So for you and for each branch. Now, Part A is an example of last year's information. It includes the top 3 to 5 workforce gaps that you had identified in last year's BBP. There's the example that I just read to you. It's example 1, it's associated workforce risk assessment at high. It's identified branch workforce strategies that you also provided last year. What's new this year is Part 2, which is measuring the success of the identified workforce strategies from last year as needed. So the first column is a status update, a status of your workforce strategies. We have a drop-down menu. So how are your workforce strategies? Are they in progress, completed, on hold, etc.? The next column is to provide an update on the progress of these workforce strategies. It's your opportunity here to provide as much detail as you like, but we would like to reduce the reporting burden for you. So rather than asking you to provide an update of your workforce strategies one at a time, we opted to just provide you with the opportunity of giving an overall update. So these are an example of what that could look like. And the performance measurement indicator is the next column. If you wish to explore this option, it is a simple attempt to measure the success of the identified workforce strategies. If possible, you can use job aids that we will demonstrate next week. They are job aids and KPI inventory that could guide you as to what performance measurement indicators could look like. It is optional, and if you do go forward, we ask for a minimum of 1. And finally, and again, in my opinion, the next important column is the validation of your workforce strategies. So overall, how are you doing? Are your workforce strategies supporting your business goals? Yes, needs adjustment, or no longer required, I believe. Sorry. Thank you. Now you can see the importance of this question because it loops back to action A, which is determine your business goals. And at that point, when you answer this question and you prepare yourself for the next BPP, then you can look back on your your business goals and determine if they are still valid or not. So that, I believe, is the end of table 2. And finally, we land on the learning, the yearly commitment for learning needs and analysis as explained by Monique. The details are all included on this last page. And friendly reminder that both the contents of table A and the LNA are to be ADM approved. And I think that's it. Okay, so now let's go to the 25-26 BPP template. Our section is there, actions from A to right till E. Those are the tables. This is just simply the template empty. And again, a friendly reminder, this has been pre-populated with your workforce information. And it is to help get you started in advance of SEB's 25-26 BPP that will be launched in early next year. These pre-populated branch templates are our minimum service that is provided for all branches, and the documents are now available in both English and French in our one-stop shop. And now back to Fouad, who will walk you through a pre-populated 25-26 BPP template example for DSB. Thank you all.
Thank you, Jocelyn. So what you have on your screen here is a pre-populated working document. So in this case, it's DSB. We just wanted to show you what it looks like. So as branches, whether or not you opted into the enhanced service. So as you go through it, in order to support you, these are available in both English and French. We have pulled some key information from your branch business plan from last year. So you'll notice you have your workforce considerations that have been pulled into this document, which we have put them. This is all based on last year's information, so we're strictly taking it from your branch business plan and putting it in. You're also, if you scroll down, you'll notice that we have pulled information such as your gap analysis, your strategies. So whatever strategies you had identified. So these are, yeah, I apologize.
You're cutting out.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening with the internet.
Okay, keep going. Yeah, I got you all the way down to here.
Yeah.
We heard you. Go ahead.
Okay, and my camera keeps going on and off. I don't know why. Okay.
Yeah, just leave it off. It'll help. Yeah.
Get anything else and just let me know.
Yeah.
So as you see on the screen here, you have the table. So this table, we've pulled your strategies, so your gaps, the assessment that was associated with them, and the strategies. So this is available for you now to go and work and start populating. So at a minimum, what we're asking for this year is that you provide a status for your workforce strategy. So as Allison is showing, you can provide a status. Also provide an update on the progress. So this you can type in and provide an update on the progress according to the strategies that you identified. So Allison's just demonstrating with the generic message. And then you also have the performance measurement indicators. So if you decide to use this, obviously that's where you would add your KPI. They are not mandatory, they are optional, but available for you to use. And then finally, you would be validating your branch workforce strategies using the drop-down menu that is available to you. Again, you're encouraged to go in and start working. Although it's not officially launched, you can start working with this tool because it's available to you right now. So you can go validate your information, use track changes, and begin the work. Your HRBP is here to support you, and we're here as well. So don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. And then finally, you'll notice that we also have, if you scroll down, we also have the learning needs analysis. So if you had anything in your branch business plan last year regarding the learning needs analysis, we have also pulled it in to this document. So it is here available for you to also review and look at it and begin working with track changes and so on. So this ends the demonstration of the working document that's available to all branches. In terms of next step, donc pour les prochaines étapes, donc on a juste identifié quelques prochaines étapes avec des dates clés. Donc, comme on a dit la semaine prochaine, le 14 novembre, on va avoir une séance d'approfondissement de la planification des effectifs. Donc, ça, c'est au niveau de travail sur working level. Donc, s'il vous plaît, nous laissez savoir si vous n'avez pas cette séance dans votre calendrier, on va vous l'envoyer. Donc, d'ici avril, vous allez travailler, collaborer avec votre partenaire d'affaires en ressources humaines et planification des effectifs aux besoins. Donc, on va tous travailler ensemble aux besoins pour vous aider durant ce cycle de planification. Le 26 novembre, comme que Monique a mentionné, il y a une séance d'approfondissement, d'analyse de besoins d'apprentissage. Et aussi, vous pouvez commencer à travailler avec votre conseiller en apprentissage. Donc, si vous n'avez pas cette séance dans votre calendrier, s'il vous plaît, avisez Monique ou vous pouvez nous laisser savoir, puis on va le mentionner à Monique. Le 28 février, ça, c'est l'ébauche d'analyse des besoins d'approfondissement qui doit être complétée. Et finalement, en avril, quelque temps début avril, on n'a pas encore une date déterminée, mais une fois qu'on l'a, on va partager avec vous. Vous allez devoir avoir finaliser le plan d'activité et l'analyse des besoins d'apprentissage de la direction générale, puis il doit être approuvé par votre sous-ministre adjoint. Donc, ça, c'est juste quelques dates clés à garder, keep in mind, garder en tête quand vous travaillez avec cette année dans votre cycle planification des effectifs. Donc, cela, je crois que ça conclut la présentation. Si vous avez des questions, I'm guessing we can open it for questions, Allison.
Yeah, that's perfect for us. If anyone has any questions now or later is fine. You can always follow up with us or the HRBP. I'll just give it a moment to see if anyone has any questions. So far, I don't see any hands. Okay, we'll take that as a good sign. So great. Thanks team for walking through that presentation. You guys did a great job. Thanks everyone for joining us today. Like we said, we'll be sending a thank you note with the recording after, and it'll have all the links that you need in terms of access to the tools, as well as the deck has all the links that you would require. But yeah, next steps is really working with the HRBPs and getting in touch with you about the enhanced service part. So with that, I'll leave you guys. We saved some time, which is fantastic. We hope you guys have a wonderful day, and we look forward to working with you this year. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Bye.
Thank you.
What are you doing? Can't be.